All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another day in the life. We are starting off a little differently. Obviously, I gave you guys a little bit of a montage this morning and then actually took the time to read and meditate for a few minutes and do all that good stuff. So now we are downstairs warming it up, just trying to stretch out a little bit because yesterday I hit a decent session and my hamstrings are a little toast. We're gonna go into 200 meter repeats, tempo run. This is my first big tempo run since the half marathon. So we're doing 6.5 miles this morning and under an hour is the goal. So I'm gonna take you guys along, record a little bit of that, mostly on the easy stuff. Probably not gonna record a whole lot of the tempo. I'm holding like a 750 pace or 730 pace, maybe a 720, I don't know. I'll have to follow that one back up. A 725 pace, and then follow that up with a 1.2 miles again, right into about a 9 to a 930 pace, and then switching it up from there. So yeah, I mean, that's gonna be a pretty quick pace to start the morning off. First one back since again the half marathon. So we're gonna just get that shit cranked out. I'm gonna warm up a little bit more and then I'll follow you guys out when I get back. It's a big day ahead. Stay tuned. I'll see you guys in a bit. We are almost at that 2 mile mark as we go into the intervals, 200 meter intervals, holding about a 9:20 pace. It's like 60 degrees out this morning, so I don't know. First run back, feeling pretty good. So the 200's here in a minute. So I'll see you guys on the other side. Just finished out the 13 rounds of the 200s. So 200 I was holding like a 715, 720, some back half of it, like the last 3 rounds or so I was pushing like 650. So I was moving, I was feeling pretty good, honestly. The middle couple rounds, it's really just a fucking mental game because you're sitting there like 6, I can stop at 6, that's enough, should I keep going? Once I got again to around 9, 10, thought I was gonna be dying out a little bit more, found a second wind, but the temperature today's really been helping out for sure. All in all, solid, got it done. Now I got a mile jog west back to the house. Gonna miss the sunset or sunrise, but at least I get to see the pre-rise, you know what I mean. Benefits of living close to the beach. Definitely blessed. Do like the mountains. Yeah, we're gonna head back, get ready for work. I still gotta make smoothies and all that good stuff, so let's go. We got it done, got in, made the smoothies, finished out the run, and quickly showered, grabbed all my shit, and jumped in the car. And now we are in the express lane, heading down to work. Just kind of jumping into it, I actually got my morning routine, you know, how I normally would prefer it done. Callie has, over the last few nights, been sleeping until 6 a.m. at least. I think she woke up at 7 today. So she's been doing really good. I think the couple nights, or honestly the couple weeks, 1 or 2 weeks, that she was waking up super early it had to do with just the fact that she's literally got a full mouth of teeth coming in. Obviously, she was uncomfortable, waking up early, waking up throughout the night, things like that. To be expected. And it just makes you appreciate getting to put in the routine start to finish when you do have the opportunities to do so. I think, obviously having a morning routine, coffee, reading, meditation, going for a run, getting the energy out early, and then fueling properly, having that sets the tone for the rest of the day and obviously makes it a really good day. And it's preferred, but that's not always the case. As I talked about in the past, like life comes up, life happens, and you got to be willing to shift, and not be so reliant on that morning routine. And I think sometimes we can get so caught up in like, have to get my morning routine done, and then if you don't get that done, you're pissed off, or you're like, oh, well, I didn't get it done, so now the rest of my day is just not going to be the same, it's not going to be as good. You just can't be like that. You're going to let the fact that you couldn't read, or you couldn't do exactly what you needed to do that morning dictate and set the tone for the rest of your day. Something I'm working on, but just a little PSA to you guys: don't be so reliant, don't be so strict and hard on yourself about hitting a morning routine. Put it in place, but make it flexible. All right, so all the stuff's on, narcs have been checked off, computer has been set up, and your boy is running the truck today, running all the calls. It's a nice day, so hopefully after all the craziness from the new year, everyone's either back to work or done with the partying and being sick temporarily. But when we get here in the morning, obviously, if you're new to the channel and haven't seen, I am a firefighter paramedic. I do ride the rescue majority of the time. That is where my bid seat is. The majority of the fire departments down here in South Florida are dual departments. So you have to be a firefighter and either an EMT or paramedic to work for the department. Majority of the departments, you have to have that paramedic license within the first 2 to 3 years. They generally give you a time cap. I think ours was 2 years upon hire that you had to have the paramedic done. So basically you're doing both. Regardless, if the engine goes to a fire, 9 times out of 10, we're following suit because there's 3 people on the engine and then 3 people on the rescue. Sometimes there's only 2. So we'll be following in for more manpower and things like that. And we're running the fire just the same as everything else. It's not a split department like some major cities have. I think Chicago and New York, where they have their paramedics and then they have the firefighters, who also have the EMT, but they aren't, advanced life support certified. So where the paramedic stuff comes into play, it allows us to do a little bit of both. I guess that's where the justification of a little bit of an increase in pay and things like that come from. I'm also on the dive team. Down here in the area that I'm at, it's pretty much swamp, lakes, canals, things like that. We're not close to the ocean, so we're not running that. We do have a marina, 2 marinas in our yacht club's marinas in our jurisdiction, but hardly ever see anything over there. Yeah, we'll see how the day shakes out. Stay tuned. We got the Hyrox workout coming on a bit later today. So see you guys later. So we just got back from training. We had about an hour of training. We did a Venom 1 training, so kind of going into in depth about Venom 1, who flies out of Miami-Dade area and covers pretty much the entire state, east and west coast. And it's having to do with snake bites, spider bites, anything venomous to where you need the anti-venom. So we kind of got an in-depth feel with that, which was fun. He brought out a couple snakes, so we got to hold a couple of the snakes, obviously not venomous, but kind of going into a little bit more detail because that's not something we see on a daily basis. So getting a kind of refresher and increase the knowledge base on what we're looking for when we run across, a black widow, a brown widow, or a cottonmouth, which with the dive team here, something that we could see a lot more of, diving into the swampy, canal water that we have here, those are where the cottonmouths are going to primarily hang out. Definitely a cool training, something nice to refresh on, because again, we do not see those calls very often. Now we're gonna go jump into lunch. For lunch today, I've got 5 ounces of jasmine rice. We've 6 ounces of ground beef. I believe the 90-20 with some siete seasoning on it, black beans, cheddar cheese, some arugula as the base, and then I'm gonna put some hot sauce on it and run it like that. So we're gonna do that, and then now that it's 1 o'clock and the day's halfway done, we're gonna start jumping into some programming, and then we still got a workout to get to. So I'm gonna eat and we gotta go back in service. So later. All right, so we're gonna jump into the Hyrox circuit now. Almost called it on it, but I was getting a lot of work done. I wanted to keep pushing through, but it's good. I'm taking a break. We're gonna hit the Hyrox circuit. I kind of pulled this one out of my ass, so we'll see how it runs. It's a good amount of cardio built in. So basically the structure that I got going on right now, 2 rounds, 1,000 meters of the assault bike, going into 20 dumbbell thrusters, followed by 750 meters of the assault bike again, 20 burpees, 500 meters of the assault bike, and then 20 air squats. Completing 2 rounds of that, so I'm doing 4.5 kilometers total on the bike on top of the 5 to 6 miles of running that I did this morning. So lots of cardio today, but also trying to mix in some of the functional elements as well. So it'll be 40 total reps of each of those. What was that, 120? 12, yeah, 120. It's gonna be 4.5 kilometers total bike on top of the 6 miles or so that I did this morning, and then mixing in the functional elements as well. It's gonna be a burner. It's freezing cold up here, so I'm gonna spend some time warming up. Try not to take too long. I got about 45 minutes until dinner, so the goal is to again knock this out in 30 minutes or less, and try to do some prehab on the ankle because it is a little tender, which is kind of why I'm straying away from doing any more running and just keeping the impact low on the assault bike. So let's jump into it.
Is open, I could walk right in. Ooh, but it's so much harder than it sounds. I know it's closing if I just stand still. Cause you won't wait forever, so just hear me out. It is not like I don't want you, just scared to try. Even if the odds are in my favor, I just need more time. So if you wait just a little bit longer, I will treat you right.
At 4935 South State Road 7.
Well, we'll do this later. All right, so back-to-back calls. We almost got called back to the scene that we were just at. It was multiple car vehicle accident with 1 car into the side of a city bus. So fun stuff. We had to transport 1 person out, all minor injuries. So that was good, thank God. Still a couple reports because obviously I have refusals and things like that. So I just finished out the reports, and now we're late for dinner. It's 7:15, so I'm just going to jump into it. I've already done my little warm-up, so we're just going to hammer this out real quick. I think I'm going to change the numbers to 1,000 on the assault bike across the board because the 500 felt too quick, and we're just going to hammer it out. I think it's still going to be a little light, at least for the cardio aspect, maybe not for the actual movements, but we'll see how it rolls. So let's try to get this shit done so I can shower, eat, and then start shutting it down for the night.
It's never right now, right now. Cause I wanna like you wouldn't take that. I don't even try. Soon as I saw you, I knew it's never right now, right now. Cause I wanna like you wouldn't take that. I don't even try.
19 minutes, I think I just showed you guys. So I did the 1000s. I probably could have kept it as it was because it was a burner. It was just one of those go all out till you finish type deals, and I was rushing for the calls and for dinner trying to get that done. So hammered it out. I used 30s because that was the only good set of dumbbells we had up top for the thrusters. And then bodyweight squats were pretty much cake. The burpees, going back into the bike, definitely jacked the heart rate up. But solid. I'm glad we got that done. I'm glad we got the reps in for the running. 16K on my steps today, almost at 3,000 calories for the day. And I'm eating around 3,300. So that puts me at a good position to maintain the muscle, eating in a slight surplus on a daily average, but also staying lean in the process of it and performing well. So I'm gonna go shower up, catch my breath, and get down there for dinner because I'm sure they're waiting on me by now. So if I don't see you, I'll see you in the morning. So that is a wrap for today. We made it home this morning, finished out the night last night. I think I left you guys kind of leading up to dinner after the workout. So after the workout, we had a nice salad-packed dinner with some corn, beans. I think there was avocado and probably cucumber, tomato, stuff like that mixed in. That with some grilled chicken. So very clean, very healthy. Not so healthy was the dressing. It was an avocado dressing from Chick-fil-A, so not the best. But considering I had burned 3,000 calories in the day, a serving of that, I think I could manage. Plus, I was probably under my fats for the day anyways. So we went with that, and then finished out the night with some business stuff. We ran a few more calls. So not the busiest day like I had leading up to New Year's Eve, but definitely a steady day. Wrote my fair share of reports and finished the morning off with one as well. Had one come through at 6 a.m., so I think I went to bed at around 1, got up at 5, got canceled before we even got to the trucks, went back to sleep 5 to 6, got another call. So we ran that one, and you never know what you're going to get. Sometimes it's beautiful during the day, and then you don't sleep at night. Sometimes you get lucky, and it's a good day top to bottom, or, some days you're running during the day and you're sleeping at night, which if I'm sleeping at night, I prefer that anyways. So the morning stuff is not always the fun part, but what can you do? So we got that done, headed home for the day. And yeah, wrapping things up with another episode. One thing that I was just kind of going through and thinking about, again, how I like to finish these videos out, and I hope you guys enjoy my little preaching sessions at the end as well. But just things that kind of come across my mind, one of which being just obviously going into 2025, Happy New Year's, everybody, and setting those goals that you've set for yourself, whether it's, to lose weight or to gain muscle or to, eat better, eat more whole foods overall, or that's your personal side, and then you've got maybe business goals or, growth goals like that, where you're just trying to start a business or you want to get this promotion or something like that, right? We want to stay on top of that and not just kickstart it off, start the year hot and then fade out come February and March and April, and in order to do that, you really have to set the foundation for yourself ahead of time. Make the choice each day to, one, maintain a positive outlook and attitude, right? You're going to go through shit's going to come up, and things are not always going to be straightforward and easy, but you legitimately have the choice each day to dictate how you want to respond to those things. You can let something affect you to the point where it's like, okay, cool, my whole day is ruined, I'm going to be in a shit mood, and I had a day the other day that was something like that, and it transcended into the next, and that's not something that you want to compound and continue to do. You focus on more of a solution-oriented mindset where it's like, hey, can I control this now? Do I have a solution for it? If so, great, let's put that in place. If not, there's nothing I can do about it. So let's not waste any more mindset or space, on that effort, and just let it go, rather than dwelling and just letting things compound. And then eventually things can not only affect you internally, but other people around you. So really setting a clear path for your goals in 2025, and not just generically, right? You want to say, hey, I'm going to get this goal, but define that. Tell the story to yourself and to your future self, or what you would tell yourself next year, if you do accomplish that goal, or even later on in the year. And, another part, the environment that you put yourself in, the people that you surround yourself by, are truly going to dictate the habits and the lifestyles and the things that you start to evolve into or develop. So if you're not surrounding yourself by people that are pushing you to be better and pushing you to go forward, and they're not filling your cup or bringing anything to the table, then chances are they're sucking the energy out of you, or they're not providing any value in your life. And that is okay. There are different seasons to everyone's life and to every life. And just because you have friends or relationships and one that were working then but don't work now, and that's okay. Seasons end, and who's to say that doesn't come back around? But you have to do what's right for you and surround yourself with the people and the environments that are going to best suit you to position yourself to actually accomplish those goals, not just now, but for the future as well. Create a plan, define that plan, understanding your why, and really broadening that, so you're telling yourself and creating that framework and that mindset, and then just truly surrounding yourself by people, friends, family, environments that are going to allow you to thrive and to succeed. Thank you guys again for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. Tried to get a little bit more, I'm trying to get more creative as I develop these videos. I do like the cinematic approach to different things and trying stuff out with the camera and stuff like that. So I hope you guys are enjoying it. If you are, like, comment, subscribe. Please leave comments. Please like the video. All of that helps continue to grow and to eventually, get me out to reaching more people and eventually helping more people. Because at the end of the day, I'm doing what I'm doing at the fire station, but what I'm building outside of that with Paul Colson coaching and everything else is allowing me to help and communicate and just touch more people in general. And just, that's the ultimate goal, right? I'm doing this because I want to create something for my legacy or my family. And, it all starts with sharing a story and building a dream. So continue to stick around, continue to watch through the end. And if you guys want to see anything in particular in future videos, whether that be more nutrition, more workout style stuff, whatever you guys want to see, please drop it in the comments below or reach out to me in a DM on Instagram. I'll make sure to respond to you guys. I love hearing from you and I love responding. So keep thriving, keep pushing forward, keep setting those goals straight, define the process, and make sure they get done. All right. So I will see you guys very soon.